Okay, I think we're ready to go whenever we want to gab.
Keep rolling.
Like a couple minutes.
Oh yeah, no big hurry.
Just reading some cliff notes here, which I don't have a lot of, honestly.
So we just have the Sonic music on mic now.
Next time we do bad albums, I should like set up a game for us all to play so Sean doesn't bitch as much. There were several times where he's begging us to stop, and I'm like, no, we gotta finish it. Yeah, gotta have the full.
I think that was Iced Earth when he was begging us to stop.
I thought it was Def Leppard.
It might have been.
He didn't get to the second half though.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't know.
It was one of those two. We recorded those two back to back.
I wonder if the 32X version of NBA Jam is the best old school version of it.
Bow down before the cat you serve. The cat's going to get what he deserves. Hello and welcome to Side 1, Side B with Dave and Steve. I'm Dave.
And I'm Steve.
And we have a guest with us today. Say hello, Andrew.
Hey. Or I mean hello.
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 You don't have to say it exactly how I say it. You can say hey if I say hello.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, we might send you to the gulag, but...
Yeah. Or the gulag is the robot litter box. You'd have to crawl inside. That wasn't
Comrade
10 minutes.
litter box.
No, that's the preheat thing, but the preheat thing takes like 4,872 years. So.
We ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
Andrew, rumor has it on the streets that you brought albums for us today.
I did, and I picked a really good one. Probably the most interesting one I brought, which are all somewhere in the neighborhood of folk. Except for, well, no spoilers. So,
yeah.
So I haven't revealed this album yet. Let's see, Steve. Can you take a look at the back? Guy in the middle. Do you recognize him?
Oh, we're not doing the Sesame Street one.
No, we are not.
I have no idea.
Dave probably knows who it is from context, but it's an interesting picture. Dave, do you want to look?
Charles Manson.
Yes, I believe that would be Jerry Garcia.
Yeah.
I see.
And fellow Deadheads, we are listening to a Grateful Dead album. Dave and Steve have not heard this one before. It is Working Man's Dead.
Oh, I'm glad you're bringing this one in, because Grateful Dead's one of those bands that I've tried to get into and never have before, so...
Yeah, I think I need to divorce them from what their live show became. Because, like, the whole Deadhead phenomenon just was kind of annoying to me. Just, like, people following a band playing the exact same set every night and with, like, 20-minute solos just didn't seem like my thing. But I've heard their albums are a lot tighter and more interesting, so I need to give it a shot.
I think the first time I tried to listen to Grateful Dead was the absolute wrong period of time for me, too. Because, you know, their logo looks pretty metal. Their name's pretty metal. I thought they were a metal band. Put them in, and then I get something like country rock. I was like 18 or 19. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then that was it.
Yeah.
So I feel like me 20 years later will probably be much more receptive to this.
Yeah. I've heard this is a good one, too. So this is actually a pretty short album, too. It's like only 8 songs, and none of them are like 12 minutes long,
So the album that preceded this one in recording, American Beauty, excellent album.
That's the one people usually talk about, yeah.
And that one sounds more like a rock album. And this one sounds like a rock album if the rock you're thinking about is Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young when they're singing their folkier stuff.
Okay.
Because that's what they're very much intentionally trying to sound like. This album came out in 1970. Same year as Deja Vu, which I also made Steve listen to, which has a lot of really good hits and some pretty intense rock songs. This album, I don't feel has as many hits in the same way, but the groove of the album, I think, is really unique and something to be praised. A little reference here as well. They both came out in 1970, this one and Deja Vu. Rolling Stone magazine ranked Deja Vu number 2 and this album number 1. It's,
okay, 1970. Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool. Other than that, I think a lot of it's just going to be about the music, and we should give it a listen when you're ready.
Okay, well, first we're gonna take a look at the album art here. So we got it looks very old timey. Like this is one of those albums where I looked at the cover and I expected it to smell like cigarettes, and it doesn't. But that's what I. It doesn't.
That's a failure on Andrew's part.
All right, you know what? We're gonna get a carton of cigarettes, and we're gonna make Andrew smoke a whole carton of cigarettes
while holding
this album cover. He needs to earn it.
I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah.
But it looks like it brings to mind to me like a Western. It kind of looks Westerny. And there's also a 7-Up logo, so clearly they've sold out by having product placement there. And turn it around, and we got the band portraits here. I'm going to let Dave describe the band portraits.
Right, they're kind of like, I don't know if they're penciled or if they're just like photographs that have been inked over. But it looks like, like pencil drawings. There's just the 6 members of the band, 2 of which are wearing cowboy hats. And just all like black and white, heavy use of shading. There's not really much more to say. Like, it's good art, but there's not much more to describe than that. It's black and white, like line art. Definitely has the whole cowboy vibe minus the 7-Up logo. Well, I guess, and you can tell the street is paved, so you can tell that it's current day if you stop and pay attention to the front, but it does look like a cowboy thing.
Let's talk about the lineup on it. Does it say on the back there?
Let me see. It doesn't say the lineup. It says who the guest musicians are and who produced it, but it doesn't say who's who.
Yeah, I'll bring it up on the good old Wikipedia. Dang, there's a lot of people on this album.
Yeah.
So we got Jerry Garcia on lead guitar, pedal steel guitar, banjo, vocals. Bob Weir on guitar, vocals, co-lead vocals. Pigpen, that's a great name. A.k.a. Ron McKiernan, keyboards, harmonica, vocals, and lead vocals on Easy Wind. Phil Lesh on bass and vocals. Bill Kreitzman on drums and percussion. Mickey Hartz also on drums and percussion. And Tom Constantine on keyboards. Oh, that's on the live reissue track, so he's not on this one. Additional musicians, David Nelson, acoustic guitar on Cumberland Blues. There's a whole mess of people on production, so I'm not going to name all of them, but I'm going to give shout out to John McIntyre for being Big Nurse. Sam Cutler for being executive nanny. Cosmic Gale for being lady in waiting. I wonder what she did.
Yeah.
David Parker and Bonnie Parker for being guardians of the vaults. There's a lot of people on there. Produced by Bob Matthews, Betty Cantor, and equipment crew from Ramrod.
Nice.
It is pretty funny, though. We often think about the Grateful Dead and, tie-dye and things like that. And this album basically looks like you pulled it out of a Western store and it had been smoked yellow from tobacco.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks very much in the cowboy rock vein and not so much in the psychedelia vein. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Steve is getting the pizza out of the oven. Mm. Yeah, I'm interested in listening to it. my dad was always big into Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. So if this is like that, it'll probably remind me of my childhood to some degree.
See, when I was growing up and started looking into my parents' records, one of them was Deja Vu by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and I played that one a lot. We didn't have like a whole lot of rock records that survived. A lot of them got destroyed in a fire. And well, anyway, the thing about the Grateful Dead that I thought was interesting, this album really does, you'll hear it, but my dad like saw I had like a Grateful Dead record and he made some comment like, "Oh, never under my roof," and he never says stuff like that about any band, but the Grateful Dead, apparently they were on the satanic side or something. I don't know.
Was it Clayton that said he didn't get to see Slayer because Marilyn Manson was on the bill?
Yeah, that was Clayton.
All these parents ruining music for us. Dave, I see you have a bottled beer, so I'm gonna do this for you.
Thank you.
We'll pretend it's not water.
Yeah.
All right. Going into the first side here, we got Uncle John's Band. That sounds kind of creepy. High Time. Sounds like my kind of song. Dire Wolf and New Speedway Boogie. All right.
Dire Wolf. That sounds like Dan's kind of song.
That does sound like Dan's kind of song.
I probably should have mentioned this as well, thinking about these tracks. A lot of why I love this album, it's Americana. And it's a really good example of that genre. So
Okay.
Well, all right. Well, we're going to throw it on and we're going to eat pizza. So,
God bless America.
I like American music. Do you like American?
And we're back.
all right. Save
All
me
right.
from having to do it.
Right, that was a relaxing listen.
This came at just the right time for me because I spent yesterday just driving around rural Nebraska listening to the Behind the Bastards episode, the Christmas episode, I should point out, on Woody Guthrie. So I've been in a very folky mood, especially with that combination of those two things: folky music, folky towns, with interesting, cool buildings and shit. So that fit the vibe for my head perfectly right now.
Yeah, this would be good, like rural driving music. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, next time I probably end up doing something like that, I'll probably throw something like this on. As far as the four songs on this side and what I assume is going to continue on to the next side, I like the lo-fi production on it. It didn't sound like it came out in 1970. It sounded more like, I don't know, maybe early 60s, anytime in the 1950s.
And I do worry that might be my copy of the record, but
well, there were a lot of dust noises on it, but I'm talking about the sound beyond that. But yeah,
Yeah, just like a nice chill album.
I think there's a lot of good stuff there. And like you were saying, it does remind me of Willie Nelson and Behind the Bastards. Or, sorry,
Woody Guthrie. Yeah,
Woody Guthrie.
Shit.
And I will say, there was, besides it being very folky, very Americana, there was a hint of psychedelic songwriting in it. I thought there were moments where I was kind of reminded of Syd Barrett's solo albums, where it was mostly just him on acoustic, kind of messing around.
A little bit of backwards guitar here and there, especially on like High Time.
Yeah, I noticed on High Time how that one was especially like psychedelic. The way they employed the slide guitar, I thought, made it sound more psychedelic. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say as a whole. We can go down the songs here. Uncle John's Band, I thought it had an interesting vibe to it. It definitely called back to, your relative that's in a band, but you don't know him that well. I at least that's what I pictured when I was listening to it. The songwriting I thought kind of reminded me of Beatles. It was very folky, but it had a hint of like pop songwriting to it.
Yeah, I liked the vocal harmonies on it. I liked the piano intro. It wasn't what I was expecting. Like I think of a certain. This didn't sound like hippie music to me, which is what I think of when I think of the Dead. It felt more like campfire music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For me, when I think about this song, and I should probably stick to talking about songs rather than history of the Grateful Dead, because I know there are a lot of real passionate folks out there who might say things like, oh, he didn't realize that American Beauty came out after this album. And anyway, fact check myself there. Uncle John's Band is a great song. And honestly, when I listen to it, I think a lot about how it feels like the anthem of the album. There's a lot of extra vocals and just a very full sound. A lot of the other songs, it sounds like Garcia and then bass guitar and then steel guitar, and that's about it.
Yeah, I didn't hear 6 people on a lot of the songs. This one I did, especially by the end. I liked kind of the slow build with like more intense drums and guitars coming in later. But yeah, go ahead.
The one thing that strikes me about this song too, apparently it was controversial. Steve was looking this up. The line "God damn" apparently was caused problems with the radio, and it's also followed by "God damn." Well, I declare, have you seen the like? Their walls are built of cannonballs. Their motto is "Don't tread on me," which is just fantastic.
Yeah.
It says here on the Wikipedia's, moreover, the song affected the mainstream because of first using the word goddamn in the unedited single, which many radio stations played instead of the edited version. Together with the reference to cocaine in Casey Jones, the two songs made the band a, quote, thorn in the side of Nixon that became a badge of honor to the masses, which, hell yeah.
Pay attention to the reference to cocaine in Casey Jones. It's very subtle.
That is the last song on the album, so I'll try to remember that.
Okay, next song, High Time. Is this song about weed?
I don't know for sure if it was. If it was more subtle. It seemed to be more of a unrequited love song to me. Like it sounded like a sad country song, just like yearning for someone to spend time with him rather than whatever she was doing. But I wasn't like putting the lyrics in front of me. I was going off of the vibe and what I was catching of the lyrics. What did you think, Steve? Did you think it was a weed song?
No, I didn't. Yeah. Let's take a look at the lyrics here.
For me, it's just about good times and doing what you want to do. And then also reflecting back on that later kind of with regret. But it's also really interesting because of how the song is played.
It sounded melancholy to me.
It's melancholy and it's very simple. It's not like a party at the club high time song. It's
like reading through the lyrics here. There's definitely a hint of remorse, regrets. It looks like it's somebody that's yearning for somebody that's no longer in their life. That kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. Ironic high time.
He's probably getting high to get over the fact that, I don't know, he fucked up in his relationship or something.
Yeah, but it was like the high time were the old times that are no longer there. It was, a nice song. It reminded me of a country song, too, because not original to me. I think I heard this from Todd in the Shadows talking about why his dad doesn't like modern country anymore. But Good Country tells a story. This was, like, all these are, like, Americana country. These are, so far, all songs that tell a story of some kind. There's, like, a narrative arc to them. Yeah,
and I'll get more into it when we do Dire Wolf, but I really like the narrative part of that one, which, reading through the page, it looks like that one even... It's like an ongoing character within the Grateful Dead verse. Are we ready to talk about Dire Wolf?
That's a good segue. Dire Wolf. Let's run with it.
I don't have anything else to say about High Times. That was as good a segue. That's a really good segue.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
And in addition to liking, the lyrics and the narration, I really like the slide guitar on that one. Taking a look at the lyrics and music entry here, it says here it is narrated by a character common to the Grateful Dead universe, a working man who is an underdog without pretense or slickness, part of the old gritty America. Fucking very folksy, very Americana.
Yeah.
And of course, I fucking love any song that amplifies the working class. So I really like this one.
You can't get much more American as a subject matter, though, as gambling with the devil or the Grim Reaper or whatever the Dire Wolf was. Yeah.
It's almost like there are some working class themes in the album title.
Working man's, yeah.
It's subtle, but anyway.
Easy to miss.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I think, in the previous two songs, in terms of themes in the album, deal with time, consumption of time, mortality. And this song is just very pretty, and I really remember it in the album just because you're listening to it. Oh, Mr. Direwolf, please don't murder me. It almost feels cozy being murdered by a direwolf.
Yeah, it says right here at the end, the wolf is invited in for a game of cards, and despite the frequent refrain, don't murder me, he eventually collects his due. And it really reminds me of, like, I don't know, the frog and the scorpion story.
Yeah.
You know, it's... I don't know, maybe you could even take that, like, politically in some way. Maybe the wolf is, like, a capitalist or a boss or, I don't know, maybe even a cop, like somebody you think you should be able to trust, but then, you know, in actuality, they're a wolf that wants to eat you.
Yeah.
I always just saw it as sin. 600 pounds of it. I know they say that directly, but just
600-pound wolf. Jeez.
Apparently, when they wrote it, they were watching a film they were watching a film adaptation of The Hound of Baskervilles, and Carolyn later remarked that the hound was a direwolf. Wait, what? They named it Direwolf. Why did that need clarified?
I don't know. New Speedway Boogie. It was a bit of a speed up, more of a rocker than the previous three. I liked the vocal delivery. I liked the interplay between the guitar leads.
I don't always remember New Speedway Boogie the most from the album, but it's a very good kind of blues song.
Yeah.
Lyrically, it didn't stand out to me, but musically, I thought it had the highest energy out of all of the songs on it. So it stood out to me the most on this listen, although I'm not sure if I would consider it the most interesting as far as, like, subject matter. Like, the first three I felt had a really... how do I put this? I felt they had a lot more narration weight to the lyrics. And this one was just, let's do something a little fun and high energy to wrap up the side. And I think it worked. I liked it a lot. I really like that kind of blues music.
Mm-hmm. That song forces you to listen to the lyrics a lot less, is probably how I would put it. Because the other songs very much force you to.
Yeah.
It was a nice boost of energy, though, too, at the end. So, it was fine.
It's a fun song, and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's not the one I really think about from the side, you know?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of those that is a good album deep cut, but not something you'd really be putting out there as, like, a single or even something you'd recommend to a friend, maybe. But because I could see myself being like, oh, yeah, check out the lyrics to Direwolf. That one's a banger. All right, moving on to the next side. We have another 4 songs. We got Cumberland Blues, Black Peter, Easy Wind, and Casey Jones. I'm assuming Casey Jones is what the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle guy was named after, but
probably named after the historical figure. It was like a railroad conductor.
Oh, okay. So
who was killed in a train crash.
I wonder if the song references the railroad.
I wonder if it does. I don't see why you would write a song called Casey Jones and not reference the railroad, especially an Americana song. I think he became he was a real historic person who was killed, but I think he became something of like a folk symbol of some kind. I don't know exactly what for at this point, but like it was a name that got more in the water than a common workplace accident would necessarily do. It's probably something that the labor movement latched onto.
Yeah. Well, it says here, Casey Jones is about a railroad engineer who was on the verge of a train wreck due to his train going too fast, a sleeping switchman, and another train being on the same track and heading for him. That sounds nuts. So, all right.
Oh boy.
We'll throw this on, and
it sounds like a really cheerful one.
Yeah.
It sounds cheerful.
So cheerful.
And we're back. Dirty Dave just pooped his pants.
All right. Well, that was another 4 songs from the band Grateful Dead. It's, for me, wasn't as interesting as the first side. I really liked Cumberland Blues and Casey Jones, and I liked the lyrical content of Black Peter, even though I felt like the song overstayed its welcome by quite a bit.
Yeah, that song was... Yeah, we'll get into it when we go through song by song. But
yeah, and then... but, I mean, overall, there wasn't any moment where I'm like, I hate this! So,
yeah.
you know, overall, it was a good album, and definitely scratched my folk itch. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, I basically ditto. So yeah, Cumberland Blues was. I felt like it was a good side opener, good high energy song, and I thought as a whole the side was weaker. Didn't tell as interesting of stories. Like there's been a billion songs about Casey Jones, and this is one of them.
Yeah. It's one of them that is supposed to be funny, and it is.
Yeah.
But I should listen to more songs about Casey Jones.
Yeah. Americana about workplace accidents that end in death. What's more American than dying at work?
Oh.
When I was listening to it, I felt like I wanted the drums to be doing like the Johnny Cash Freight Train style more than it was doing. It did it occasionally, but...
Yeah.
On the album as a whole as well, I was looking at the back. All selections, Ice Nine Publishing Company. I didn't expect a Vonnegut reference there.
Oh, yeah. Vonnegut was huge in the counterculture. A lot of people.
Well.
Yeah.
A nice surprise.
Yeah. A lot of people loved him. A lot of people still do. Because he's awesome. Yeah.
Up in heaven now.
Up in heaven.
With Casey Jones. After crossing the picket line. But
yeah. Joe Hill would say Casey Jones isn't in heaven.
All right, let's go down track by track. We got Cumberland Blues. This one has multiple writers on it besides Jerry Garcia and Robert Hunter. There's also Lesh. I forget the name of the person. Phil Lesh on what?
Never mind. We're cool. Everybody's cool here.
Are we? Also has 3 vocalists.
I felt like that one was doing what Speedway New Speedway Boogie was going for, but better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way of putting it.
Yeah, like it's more. It was more memorable as a song than New Speedway Boogie. So it was. Yeah,
it's a really good transition from side 1 to side 2. Following up with that, bringing hot energy, and then.
And lyrically, it had more of a point to it. It definitely was bringing up like a lot of the stuff that's on this album, the working class struggle or the common working man struggle, that kind of stuff.
And the next song kind of slams on the brakes a little bit there, which might be a theme in this album in terms of how they construct it and also trains and things. So,
I thought the story behind Black Peter was interesting. I thought the song was too long, kind of slow, kind of boring. My first thought when I saw it was, is this Dutch Santa's blackface friend? Who is named like Zwart Piet. So yeah, it is. When I think Black Peter, I think of how mad the Dutch get if you tell them that their Christmas celebration is racist, and how they'll just double down on it.
Well, according to David Dodd on Dead.net, he's analyzing the lyrics, and his take on it is the song is enigmatic in the way of many Hunter lyrics. It's a partial, fragmentary short story. We don't know the circumstances of the narrator's troubles. We don't know if they're legitimate troubles or the self-pitying rants of a hypochondriac. The enigma begins with the song's title, Black Peter. Is that the narrator's name, or is that a reference to the characters who bring bundles of switches to beat ill-behaving children? There's an element of boy who cried wolf in the story. The narrator's friends gather around because he is dying, supposedly, but he doesn't die. He finds himself alive one day, and then he goes around and admonishes all of his friends who only came to his funeral to have fun at his expense. So sounds like the guy mistakenly died and everybody showed up to his funeral and talked shit about him. So
yeah, like I said, that's funny. It's just the song was slow and drawn out. That's the problem.
Dave said it was boring 2 minutes into it, and then there were like 3 or 4 more minutes.
Yeah. It did pick up a little at the end, but yeah.
Next song, Easy Wind. This one was sung by Ron McKiernan, and it was all right.
Yeah, I liked his vocal delivery.
It had some groovy moments that I liked towards the end when they were kind of jamming out. It passes.
Yeah.
What do you think, Andrew?
Man, we have a lot less to say about this side. Maybe Casey Jones will wrap things up in a good way.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Casey Jones, that is the final song on the album.
That real subtle.
Yes.
Yeah. Such a subtle nod to cocaine.
Yes. Very subtle.
But yeah, there's, like I said earlier, there's nothing more American than a song about dying at work. So, like, even more so than gambling with the devil. So, so yeah, it fit the theme. I wish it had done a little bit more of like the country or the krautrock. Let's make the drums sound like a running train thing.
Yeah.
But it worked. Like as a song, it worked. There are a lot of songs about Casey Jones. It's like one of those figures like Stagger Lee where something has resonated about him in particular, and there are a billion songs by a billion different kinds of bands, some of which you wouldn't even associate with each other.
Oh, to answer my my earlier shit question, there is a character in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise named Casey Jones, but there seems to be no confirmed connection. Yeah, you can probably make that assumption.
Yeah, probably the guy who created the character for the comics remembered learning about Casey Jones as a figure in like high school history class, and then suddenly the name leapt back while trying to come up with the name for a character in the comic.
I suppose it's not impossible. It could be named after this song specifically either.
Not impossible, but I don't know.
This is a really random tangent, but there's an episode of Captain Planet where one of the characters meets his old friend from childhood named Trish, and then she's into punk rock and changes her name to Trash. And by the end of the episode, she has a redemption arc, and her name is Trish again. And I think about that a lot, and I don't know why.
I fucking hated Captain Planet when I was a kid, and then when I rewatched it again, I mean, it's probably been about 10 years now, but when I watched it again, I was like, wow, that aged really well.
It kind of did. It's very preachy, but a little bit charming.
Yeah.
And returning to Casey Jones.
Yes.
No, this is a Captain Planet podcast now.
It's a catchy song. It's fun to listen to, and I think it's funny. It gets stuck in my head,
and it speeds up as the train's about to crash. That's a fun little gimmick. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Yeah,
and it's a cheerful song about dying at work. And I don't know enough about the history of Casey Jones to say, well, that guy was on whatever the 1900s equivalent of. Well, they probably had cocaine back then.
Oh, they did.
Weren't they selling it in stores as medicine at that point?
For depression. But
let's see. When did cocaine come out?
We're looking on the Wikipedia now, and
where the punk rock.
It might take you some time. It's a long article.
It's more about.
I don't actually care about cocaine. I'm only commenting on it for the money.
Yeah.
Let's see. When was the first commercial use of cocaine? It's a good thing we're not doing this for the money because we'd be demonetized so many times. History. indigenous peoples of South America chewed on the leaves. So if you want to go back that far, it looks like it was 1856. A doctor brought a large amount of coca leaves back from South America. So it was the first synthesis was in 1898. So yes.
So the historic Casey Jones could have been on cocaine.
Yes.
Died in 1900.
Yeah. And
at least for a little bit.
You know, sometimes we say history repeats itself, but people taking stimulants to be able to work isn't, you know, really a deviation from history.
I mean,
gotta have my energy drinks.
Yeah, like I drink about a whole pot of coffee a day at work, so you know, that's a stimulant to get through the day.
I drink more than the recommended amount of energy drinks.
Yeah.
So we've all been there.
Yeah.
Some days I wish I could do cocaine, but I don't have that much money.
But
the hole in your bathroom floor is where your cocaine money went.
Yeah.
That's sometimes what happens to cocaine, too, in emergency situations.
As a whole, it's a pretty solid album. It's not within the normal stuff I would listen to, but I think it would does fit a certain vibe. I think it would be good for like a rural drive type of thing. And yeah, it was it wasn't what I was expecting based on what I know about the band, but that was that meant it was better than what I associate them with now. So yeah.
I think their machine would kill fascists too.
Yeah.
Yes. I actually didn't know that was a sticker that they put on war machines until
until Robert brought it up.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. When I think about this album too, I think about some of my friends who I played in jam bands with a little bit, and they'd be like, well, my dad wasn't like super rich or anything, but he owned a house and he was a landlord, and the people who were in the house stopped paying rent and they got evicted and they left an album behind, and this was the only album that was left behind in the house, and I got it, and that was my copy of Working Man's Dead. So
that's a haunting story.
Yeah.
You just brought a ghost into my house.
It's like, I think about this album, I think about like outlaw folk music, I think about getting evicted, and I think about, well, there are a lot of problems with America and working. And also a lot of songs about death, which are pretty charming.
Yeah, I like upbeat songs about death. So this does have those. Yeah, multiple songs, like most of them.
There are a lot of upbeat punk songs about death. So.
Yeah.
Well, after this, we'll have to put on the American Beauty album and then go film a trash bag floating around in the wind because it's beautiful. Something Kevin Spacey.
Something Kevin Spacey. Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, that was Working Man's Dead by the Grateful Dead, who 17-year-old Steve thought was a death metal band, and they weren't. Well, I don't think I thought they were death metal, but I was not expecting what I got.
Yeah.
Probably my first full Grateful Dead album experience, because I think I'd listened to like one song and went, nope.
Yeah.
And would recommend if you're looking for folk music. Wouldn't recommend if you're
looking for death metal.
Yeah. Or if you're waiting to do a podcast on a different record, and you came while we were in the middle of listening to it. Like our friend over there, Mr. fucking Puritanical.
I know a lot of people heard us talking about like cocaine references in this album. It's not a speed metal album, so just buyer beware.
Yeah.
No,
this is more of a whiskey album, in my opinion.
Whereas Funhouse by the Stooges doesn't sound like a heroin record, this one sounds like it'd probably be good to listen to on heroin. So if you're on heroin, you should listen to this album.
This podcast is never getting monetized.
Yeah, but yeah, it did not sound like the kind of drugs I associate the Grateful Dead with.
Well, I think that's it. Andrew's pluggables are our pluggables. We're all in the Alliterates, and we have shit to listen to on all major streaming platforms. And you should probably go listen to it.
Yeah. Catch you on the flip side. So back when Gladys was still with us, when I would give her her insulin shot, I would sing to her while I did it, which would be, inject the cat, inject the monster cat, so she could put on fat.
I used to sing Monster Cat at Arrows. And then Dana would usually do that, a monster cat, like backup vocals.
Nice. I like how cartoonishly proportioned everyone is in this game too. It's like DK mode in GoldenEye.
Oh God. Physical. Is this Olivia Newton-John? It sounds like it.
It sounds like it. It might be an accidental plagiarism thing.
Why are you searching for a controller here?
From the outside, down it.
Oh man. These are definitely supposed to be famous covers, although I don't know if that's Olivia Newton-John. They do have Kool and the Gang and James Brown a lot on here.
Nice. Who do I want to be? Trying to remember who is on what team then. The Bulls.
That's the start.
Tonight's matchup, Nugget versus Bulls.
Hey, kitty.
Here's the tip. From downtown.
I almost made that shot.
So good. So good.
Pass me the rock.
Head fake. Slam fake. Head fake.
What would that be, like a 6-pointer?
Oh!
Oh, beans.
Head fake. Eating out. Head fake.
I'm gonna make it one of these times. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, this is actually really fun.
For two. So good. Head fake. Yeah.
So one of the players you can have for Charlotte is Muggsy Bogues, who's known for being 5'3".
Head fake.
Oh yeah, wasn't he actually really good?
Amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
Like, if you're 5'3" and can compete with people who are 7 feet tall, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Jams it in.
Jams it in.
Foul.
He was also in Space Jam.
That's right, he was.
Space Jam was such a vibe.
It was. They could only make that movie in the 90s, and I don't mean that in the awful way people usually mean it when they say that kind of thing.
Well, they did make Space Jam 2 a few years ago.
And it wasn't the same magic.
You can't bottle the 90s. Well, I guess you can into a video game cartridge, but...
Wow, that was a nice rebound.
I almost got that. Oh.
There are no rules saying that a dog can't play basketball. You should be able to have airbud in this. Ah.
Did you ever watch Winning Time?
No.
Highly recommend. HBO show about the Lakers in the 80s. John C. Reilly is Jerry Buss, who's like the owner of the Lakers at the time. And it's just a lot about Magic Johnson and LA and Jerry West.
The Lakers were... Whoa. Okay.
It was Winning Time.
Yeah, that
Yes.
was. They were...
Oh, dang.
That was, like... Before it was Chicago's time, it was the Lakers' time.
It's very good in terms of how it's cast, but also as a period piece, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I think the worst thing about it, they really needed a third season, and it's, well,
Yeah.
they didn't get one, which is unfortunate. But the first two seasons were amazing television.
The dunking in this feels really good. Is part of it, too.
It's sticky.
Yeah. Ah.
A lot of it's, though, about the rivalry between Larry Bird and the Celtics and the Lakers.
Yeah. I remember... I remember it was always just a little weird if someone's just a little too into the Celtics and Larry Bird back
Yes.
in the day.
I think there were a lot of dynamics at play there.
There were. I'm not saying everyone who liked the Celtics and Larry Bird was racist. I'm just saying a lot of racists liked.
There have been a lot of trash talkers in the NBA, but Larry Bird might have been the best at it.
Yeah.
And they very much cover that in Winning Time.
Oh.
That might have and like that he was such a good trash talker was part of his appeal too.
And when he'd want the other team to just be pissed off, he'd play with his non-dominant hand and stuff.
Yeah. Very Boston.
Oh, come on.
And that's the other thing, is like Larry Bird was like from incredibly rural Indiana, and he went to Indiana University, and it was too big a school, and he just left after being Mr. Basketball for the state. But he just liked shooting basketball and was a quiet guy from a small town, unless it was trash talk time, I guess.
Yeah.
By quiet guy, I mean he didn't like talking to the
Oh,
media.
nice. I probably never played this because I never had the kind of friends that would have been fun to play this with.
That could be it too.
like Larry Bird is like one of those guys that like we have a lot of references in sports now for talking about white people, like real lunch pail guy, a gym rat, just reference to death.
Yeah.
From the outside, he's on fire!
Oh man,
Oh, wise.
been a long time since I've saw that.
No good!
I'm gonna go put the pizza in. You want to play?
Sure. Oh,
I don't know what the controls are, so just keep mashing.
Yeah, I've just been button mashing. That's why sometimes it looks like I'm trying to fake Steve out when I'm just hitting buttons randomly.
I'll say for. I think they took that into account when they designed the controls because it actually kind of works.
okay. I found the shoot
No
button.
good!
That was from Full Court, by the way.
Activate!
That would have been awesome if
Get
you
back!
get back to where you once belonged.
The rebound! Plays it up! Heating up!
I remember,
Sweet touch!
yeah, after the Lakers were like everything, then it was Chicago Bulls. Because it was like the age of like Jordan and Pippen and Dennis Rodman.
Sweet touch!
Yeah.
From downtown! Yeah!
3 points is more than 2 points.
Yeah.
The rebound!
Oh, nice.
The rebound! Oh! Wins the game!
Side 1, Side B with Dave and Steve is a Floof Goof Studios production. You can find us on Instagram at KillRockMusicSWS and Dave_Diction. You can find us on Bluesky at KillRock Music and Beastmaster General. Check out our musical projects, The Alliterates and Lucid Fugue, on all major streaming platforms, and links to each at my website, killrockmusic.com. That's KILRAVOCK music.com. This also includes my past projects, Megaton and Valley of Shadows, and my current solo project, Kill Rock. You can also find Dave's past project, Gong Farmer, at GONGFERMOUR.bandcamp.com. Thanks.
Everyone we worked with is dead.
Really ripped.
Yeah.
I need to change my pants!
Check. Leonard Bernstein. I hate it so much I skipped the whole Destroyer.
Allow me to play you out.
Dirty Dave just pooped his pants.